The following video may not be suitable for children 13 and under. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hey everyone, Enewtabie here, and today we're going to take a look at the DNA upgrade kit for Legacy Menasor. You know, Legacy Menasor is like one of my favorite figures we've done in a long time, one of my favorite combiners. Stunticons are like my favorite team, so really like what they did with the combiner, but there's some things that are missing that could have been done a little bit better, and hopefully this kit will fix it. We won't go over all the installation, but we'll go over the big parts. I want to show the comparison between the two figures. You'll see that kind of in the thumbnail. On the left will be the original, on the right will be the upgraded figure. Fixes some things about length of the thighs and hands, feet, throws in a different sword. One minor thing I wish it would have come with is a gun, but I guess we'll 3D print one of those. But before we get started with this, if you have not, please go up there, hit that subscribe button, help out the channel. Trying to get to 5,000 for the end of the year. We're knocking on 2,700, so probably not going to happen, but let's go for it and see what happens. But yeah, that's it. I love DNA kits. They've done some great things. You watched this channel before, you know I'm a big supporter of the company and the upgrades they release. They're actually releasing the Devastator, Predaking, Fort Max stuff now. So if you missed those, you can grab them like Show Z. Other places have them in China, so you can get those. Seems like they're going to re-release some of those figures coming down the road too. So. All right, let's get started with the unboxing and show what's in the packaging, and then we'll show what it looks like on the figure. All right, you get a big instruction sheet. I'm trying to do this video from kind of far behind the camera than I normally do, just because trying to get all this inside the viewing angle is very hard, but here we go. Shows you the sword, different accessories. You could take these pieces down here and take the little tower and make into a gun, which I don't really care for, not really my thing, but there's an option. We got some additional feet, different chest plate, different thigh piece, the sword. Like I said, just missing basically a big gun. So definitely the sword is a big dramatic improvement, but they do pretty good with directions. Here's everything in the tray. I'll show you that. Chest piece, hands, the feet, which look quite big compared to the original ones. We got the sword here. I didn't get the pre-order one. They actually have a different kind of sword. I believe this thing comes apart too, but that is a dramatic improvement over what he's got now, so definitely like that. But let's get this stuff out of here. Let's put it on the figure and do some discussion about what the upgrades look like. Okay, first step is removing the hands, not removable hands, but there's two screws here on the hands, and you can take them apart. They basically separate once you do that. And then there's a little plastic ratchet piece. This is going to go into the new ones. It's nothing but two tiny screws. You can actually see it on the bottom of the hand here. There and there. So just get you a nice screwdriver set. Magnetic, of course. And this stuff becomes super easy to do. All right, with the new hands taken apart, they just pop apart out of the packaging. You take the ratchet piece and stick it right here in the corner in the direction to show you this. And then when you put it'll go back together, but put this over the peg that's on the hands there. And these hands are much better. Articulated fingers, joints, much better. Got a thumb, all that good stuff. So I'm gonna assemble them now. You get to see that, and then we'll move on to the next step. Okay, there we are with the hands installed. Just make sure, don't reuse the screws that come out of the hand. You use the black screws that are included with the kit. Do make sure you got a magnetic screwdriver. These things are very tiny, very easy to lose. So basically just plug them back together, two screws on each hand, and there you go. You got fully articulated fingers. They splay out, the thumbs, everything moves. Very cool. Much better than the standard hand you can't do anything with. So let's move on to the hip skirt, ankle pieces and all that. Not ankle, but leg and all that stuff. All right, the next piece is we're going to replace the hip skirt here with this. These fold up. Looks a little better than the standard one where you see the joints right here. So Basically, I got to take the back of Menasor apart, plug this in, and put in the screws. So not much to it. We'll come back and take a look at it and see how it looks. Okay, I want to show you the feet. Here's what one looks like already assembled, but I want to show you how actually easy it is. You just take the bottom piece like this, take your original foot, and you just slide it forward. And yeah, well, I'm trying to do stuff on camera. That's how it goes. But there we go. It's gonna peg forward like that. And then you got a new foot, and that'll actually raise them up a little bit, and that foot looks a lot better, a lot bigger. So, working on putting the springs in the waist. The spring going back into the combiner limb section part is a pain in the butt. So we're not going to show that because I try not to cuss so much on this channel, but there's a ton of it involved in this. But this looks pretty good. Let's get going to assembling that, and then we'll do the chest plate. All right, you just want to pop off the factory chest plate. I do love the Decepticon symbol. Hate the new one, but you can pop a new one, pop a new symbol, and we just pop these two tabs up and lift off. And then you've got this new one to go on, and that's gonna just basically tab on like that. And we will show it here in just a second. I'm gonna go ahead and do the legs and kind of try to put it together, everything minus the turret. All right, before we get showing to the final form of Menasor with everything, I wanted to show two things. So you can take the tower and basically make it into a big gun. You attach this piece, these two pieces, this piece here, this piece, and then your gun plugs underneath, and it becomes a big gun for Menasor. I don't really like it, be honest with you. I don't really care for it, but it's something you can do. It almost looks like a ship in a way, so maybe you could use it as something like that. But really, Menasor just needs his standard gun in this manner. But that's one option. Also, let me show you what you can do with the tower mode as well. So we'll come back at that. So when you have Menasor folded out in base mode, you basically take this piece off, put it down at the bottom, becomes a front foot. We still have Menasor together, so I can't show you all that. And we're not going to show you the storage of these in vehicle mode, because honestly, who keeps the the Stunticons in vehicle mode? They go in Menasor, you keep them separate. I don't really know. I don't do that, so you know, it's an option. You can plug all this stuff back into the trailer if you want to do that. That's the option for you, but I just don't see it being used. But there you go, you can do that. Now let's take a look at Menasor. I'm going to show you a cool thing about his sword and what he looks like final. So, okay, here he is. He is a lot taller now. He's got the bigger feet, better hands, chest plate. Got the hip skirts here so you don't see those little hinge pieces. He's got a sword to plug into his hand. It's got a tab there so he can hold it in his hand. But the cool thing that I like, and if I ever get a gun, then it'll make some sense. You flip him around to the back here, take this little piece that comes with it, and you can just store it on the back, and you can just have Menasor carrying his sword at an angle, like a ninja. So that's pretty cool. Nice little option. This kit, I don't remember what it cost, maybe about 60 bucks at the time. I'm just trying to get around to some backlog of stuff, but this kit is really worth it. The biggest issue I'd say for me, honestly, you know, I'm looking at it and I hope I assembled that thing together on those legs, but yeah, I did, but I guess I did. Anyway, maybe that piece is supposed to go there and that there, but it doesn't really matter. That spring inside there is a freaking pain. Excuse me. When you go to do it, don't lose that spring. Just take your time. It took me probably 20 minutes to get those springs in. So other than that, I'd say the kit's pretty easy to assemble, you know, makes it look a lot better. But yeah, the springs here in these legs, wow, they are a freaking pain. So just watch it when you do it. All right, guys, thank you for watching this video. I really do appreciate it. That has been the DNA upgrade kit. That is DK-38 for Legacy Menasor. If you can still find it, definitely pick it up. It's worth it. It makes the figure look a lot taller, a lot better. The hands are worth it. The feet are worth it. And the height is definitely worth it. So thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you down the road.